Hey, welcome back. That was painless, right?
That
Wasn't
was.
so bad. Yeah, yeah. So we've warped through time and space, and we are here on this very same Metalworks map, but in an alternate universe here, where EVL Gaming and froyotech are getting ready to show down and throw down Avast. Two of the top kind of teams in this league. They find themselves atop the standings, and how would you sum up this match if you had to, give me what does this match mean in 25 words or less? I'm putting you on the spot now.
In 25 words or less, I'm gonna call it a blurb. I'm gonna call it a blurb, Getawhale.
A blurb?
Yeah, because it's gonna be short. It's gonna be action packed. My summary here. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a bunch of action words. It's gonna be, and my words I would use to describe it are.
It's gonna be frenetic.
Frenetic is a good one.
Yep.
Momentous.
Yep.
Colossal.
Okay. Yep.
Let's see. Game changing.
Gargantuan. Yeah.
Gargantuan. Okay, Gargantuan's good. David. Well, actually, not even David. Goliath versus Goliath. Really.
Okay.
Goliath versus Goliath.
I don't know where you were going with that, David.
I was gonna go David v Goliath, but it's not really David
my friend,
versus
is
Goliath.
here. I thought you had someone in the room named David.
Yeah, David. You know,
you're getting
David.
off message there.
He's off in the sidelines. He's giving me. He's actually whispering the various.
That's
he
great.
just tells me things sitting off to the side. But no, Goliath versus Goliath.
Okay, Goliath versus Goliath.
Playoff implications for sure.
Well,
Playoff
absolutely. As
for sure.
Having a look at the odds here, froyotech are the favorite team coming into this match by a margin of 80-20, and I got to say, Avast, that 80-20 number is a little shocking to me. Would you agree?
I would definitely say it's shocking.
I mean, these are two teams. We're going to have a look at the standings here, but certainly in this Invite division, these are two teams that are kind of sitting neck and neck, nose to nose. Shoulder to shoulder, if you will. One team 9-1, one team 9-2. Really, I mean, they are both guaranteed playoffs here, but a lot can still happen in these last, say, 5 or 6 games of the season. And seeding is a big thing here. I mean, this isn't a matter of if these teams will make playoffs or not, unless they had sort of a huge kind of slip these last couple weeks. But seeding is a big thing. It is.
Definitely. It can make all the difference, actually, for how far a team goes in playoffs. The strength of the schedule based off their seeding can be a really big deal, because I think the second place team plays the third place team, and the first place team plays the fourth place team. So I mean, obviously both of these teams, they would rather, right now Ascent is pretty far ahead, like first. But it's definitely not. They definitely could still be usurped from that spot. So EVL and froyotech and both of them definitely want to try to fight for that first spot, or at the very least maintain a second position, so they can fight some of the lower ranked teams.
Yeah, absolutely. As we have a look, thank you, Marblr, at the lineups here for both teams. You see froyotech right before you, smiling for the camera. You can look at some of those stats yourselves, viewers at home. But who do we think we should be looking for on this particular map? But especially, I mean, we probably have some good idea based on what we just saw, but these are two different teams.
Yeah, and you know what? It pretty much echoes our analysis before. It's going to be the soldiers and demos. But actually, I will make one notable exception and say that Clockwork is, he is an incredible player, and even on a map like Metalworks, where sometimes scouts they can be less instrumental a lot of the times, he's such a strong player that he can definitely make the plays.
Yep.
So they can, just some incredible stuff really coming out from him.
Yep.
Just things like that.
Marquee players. We're having a look here at the matchup. AIM versus BANI. I love these lovely, gorgeous overlays we have here. Now, let's break this down for you guys in a real professional, sort of specific way. You can see that the red bars kind of come over into the blue bars a little bit. So the red guy, well, you can see that the numbers sort of, they're very close with AIM and BANI. I get the feeling with EVL that, there's a really big, I don't want to say pressure, but I feel like AIM has to really play well and have a strong game in order for, I mean, it sounds silly to say that, but you've played with this very team. I mean, you've got inside info here. What are the important things for EVL here, who find themselves somehow as the underdogs in this match? Is it just AIM, or does it go? Let's hear it.
I mean, every match is a team effort, Getawhale, so I would definitely not single out anyone. Okay. I think all of EVL, obviously for EVL to be in the spot where they're vying for this second position, in their second season of Invite, as opposed to a lot of the people on froyotech, which have been playing for a while, especially like BANNY and Ninja Nick and things like that.
Yep.
I think they've more than proven themselves, and it's not really on a singular player because they've all been proven that they can compete at this top of Invite level. But what I will say, however, I do agree with you in the fact that for this map in particular, especially when you're playing against BANNY, you need those pocket soldiers to step up. And we saw a little bit last game, which, by the way, for all of our viewers, where the 20B versus Run with Scissors game is still going on. You can catch it at BOTMODE stream. He's streaming. Or catch it at the ESEA STV, but we've moved on to the EVL versus Froyo for various reasons.
Moved on. Yeah, I mean, we're strong, independent men, first of all.
That's true. We are strong and independent men. So we don't need the 20B versus 20B.
We don't need no 20B, yeah. Well, listen, the next thing I wanted to ask you with, and actually Marblr read my mind, he's got the matchup here on the demos. You're a demo. You've got HASSASSIN versus MUMA here. These are two very different demos, I think, in terms of play style. What are you expecting to see from these demos who we've mentioned already are very important on this Metalworks map?
I'm expecting HASSASSIN to crush. Yeah. He's going to crushify some people because he's been playing this game a very long time, but he hasn't really been playing like at this upper competitive level for a long time. He's really had this exposure relatively recently, but he has pretty insane DM, and he's put in a lot of time to achieve it. And he is a very aggressive style of demo. He loves to play really aggressive. As you're right, he is in many ways a contrast to MUMA, who in this particular with this froyotech lineup, and also before that, even when he played last season, he's always with Strawberry Mangoes. Mm-hmm. He's played a lot more conservatively. Yep. Tried to play what I would say is closer to Duatna in many ways, where Duatna is a lot more of a supporting role. He doesn't necessarily lead or take a lot of Ubers. He plays that support role where he stickies off points. He tries to deny space a lot, while HASSASSIN is all about just crunching numbers and putting up really big damage. So I think that's the main difference.
Yeah, it's interesting, actually. Last night after the match that we did here, myself and Truck, we were just kind of looking at ESEA league-wide stats just because I like that. I'm interested in stats. Talking about MUMA, he has the lowest deaths per minute in ESEA Invite right now, and you can even see in the graphic that we had that it's not even close in terms of deaths. I mean, 69 deaths versus 163 for HASSASSIN. And a lot of people have been commenting even on the forums and whatnot this season, like, what is MUMA doing? It's not that he's playing poorly, because he's not. He plays great, but kind of playing, you know, that baiting kind of style, really far back, where he's barely ever dying at all. I mean, I'm not a theory crafter on demo. I mean, you're the expert here, but you know what?
I mean, it's like I said, he's playing the Duatna style. If you've seen Duatna play on Froyo, and you know, people have commented on it a lot, is that Duatna on 20B has a lot bigger chance of putting up those big numbers, because when Duatna was on Froyo, he actually did not put up big numbers a lot. He put up pretty consistent like MUMA numbers type of thing.
Right.
Because Froyo loves to play pretty much healing everyone else but their demo. As opposed, when you look at the heals per minute between them, you can still see there's a pretty decent difference between HASSASSIN and MUMA, along with their deaths. So Froyo and how BANNY in particular likes to play, and I guess how MUMA likes to play as well, especially when coordination with BANNY, is he plays the Froyo demo style, which is very passive, very supportive, try not to take too many heals so he can give them to his soldiers and particularly his scouts, because a lot of Froyo revolves around healing their scouts, especially Clockwork, and just letting them do things. So, and I actually think it'll be maybe slightly different here on Metalworks because it's so more projectile oriented. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, a certain forums user put it, and they said it's kind of strange that you can't do much when you're third in line for heals. So we'll see if Moon was third in line for heals. I mean, he's been very productive. Give him that. Having a look at some more of the matchups here right now. We're just waiting for everyone to join up. I think we're one player away from getting this one kicked off. Looking at Slimnish versus Clockwork, one of the matchups in this league anyway that's kind of a no contest. Clockwork's still the best in the world, isn't he?
I think it's pretty undeniable that he is. I mean, him and Banny himself will agree that Clockwork is undeniably the best scout in the world. In terms of overall players, I think it's close. I think you have more of a contest between Banny and Clockwork because they're both such strong players. Because Clockwork could really play any class he wanted to as well at top of Invite, but his scout is just out of this world. And I say Slimnish has a lot of chance to improve, though. I mean, when you look at these stats, their stats honestly aren't that different. I mean, Clockwork obviously does have more kills. He has less deaths, a better KD ratio, that type of thing, blah blah blah, better DPM. But he also has more heals. So it's I think Slimnish, considering this is his first season of Invite, or second season actually. Technically, he played with a team last season that died relatively early, but he has a lot of room to improve. And Clockwork's been playing this game for a much longer time than Slimnish. So.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what they've done. I mean, I've been very impressed by Slimnish this season, honestly. I mean, the other scout on the team is Eric, obviously, who has kind of always been a carry, kind of very strong scout. But I think Slimnish has stepped up. He's proven himself very able and willing to get in there and jam Avast as not only scout, but as an off-classer, too. He's a hell of a sniper.
Yeah, I agree. But that's, and that's something that I think is mimicked by both the EVL and froyotech scout combo. Their scouts. Now, obviously, when you're looking at these Free State versus Eric stats, keep in mind that Free State originally mained Medic. So when you look at these stats, they're going to be a little bit skewed. A little bit skewed. But that's not at all reflective. Free State is definitely, he's much stronger on scout. That's his original main. Oh yeah. Compared to Medic. I think he's actually a very strong scout combo, and considering, I think he's actually a really good fit for Froyo. But I actually think both scout combos are pretty versatile, and you have some really strong fraggers on both. So I would be unshocked, because we also saw in the EVL game, even though they lost the 20B, we saw some really good plays coming out of the EVL scouts. So I would keep a lookout for them.
That's another thing to consider as well. I mean, EVL are coming off what was really sort of an upset loss against Street Hoops, and that's going to play into their heads a little bit as well. We can start to talk predictions here if we want to a little bit as we get ready. I think we're just waiting on one final player. Do you have any leanings in terms of how this one's going to go as we have a look at the matchup there of Medic versus Medic?
I definitely, in terms of Medic v Medic, I am of the opinion that Nursey and many people have echoed, Nursey is one of the best medics in both North America and Europe, because Nursey also plays Prim for, I think it's like Planet Express, I want to say.
Yep.
And Nursey is an incredibly dedicated player. Nursey is just unbelievably mechanics-wise, and is a very strong, for my time playing with the EVL game team, a little bit different, but with Nursey in particular, she's a great main caller as well, very strong grasp of the game. But Ninja Nick has also been playing this game a very long time on many different top teams, previously on 20B before moving to Froyo. And I think Ninja Nick has just as good of mechanics as Nursey for sure, and also has the experience to boot. So I think in terms of medics, you see a pretty actually even-esque play, but I think a lot of times Ninja Nick's experience can sort of be seen with his play, with how he pops, because he's a king of milking. Yeah. And we're actually starting here, Getawhale.
Yeah, we are. One other interesting stat, we got this last night as well. Ninja Nick leading the league in Uber charges dropped. He had 11, I believe, was the number, which is a little surprising. Something to keep in mind. Do you have a prediction? Give me something real quick, shot out of a cannon as we're live.
Prediction for me would possibly, I'm gonna go with my boys and girls on EVL, and I'm gonna go 5-4 EVL.
All right, well, I love you, Froyo. I'm looking at HASSASSIN, who's getting sticks off over to the choke door right off the bat. Lots of Froyo, almost all rolling down low. Banny taking this crate right off the bat, and EVL, I don't know, BOTMODE is trying to jump but doesn't get anything on it. Real strong-looking Froyo team here right away as Banny comes in, cleans up BOTMODE. HASSASSIN in a lot of danger as well. Just kind of a tornado here as a full wipe. Oh my lord.
Wow, that was an explosive middle from Froyo, Getawhale.
Unbelievable.
Froyo absolutely dominated. In fact, we didn't even get a chance to really analyze the middle, because Froyo just dominated so hard. That was an incredible mid.
This could be the first round here. We already have Eric up, who went down real early. We got the full Highlander defense up. It's a heavy sniper and engineer. We got MUMA. Whoa, I don't know what that sound was. All the way up is what I wanted to say. And boy, I think EVL are just kind of blitzkrieged right now and don't know what to do. Shell shocked.
Yeah, I would like to see bot mode's on sniper, but I want to see another off class. Oh, they also have a heavy out of Slim Niche. I would actually like to see maybe a sentry too, but it's a little bit too late. Banny is pushing aggressively before they can really get that time to set up. There's a lot of spam. An early pop from Ninja Nick. Banny getting juggled very well by this heavy here, and actually they're just gonna jump out. And actually this Uber's almost entirely gone. Getawhale.
Eric came in behind. He wrapped in behind MUMA and the medic Ninja Nick, who didn't really get anything done though. And now Slemnish just kind of trying to do this long distance stuff. Here comes a jump. It's AIM trying to shut down that left side. Yeah, EVL hold tight, and if they're able to keep Nursey up here, as Banley just went down, but if they can keep Nursey up, they'll have a nice advantage, 50%.
Yeah, definitely. And MUMA's going to pick up Eric, though. Clockwork is pretty hurt on the right side. They're going to back up, and there's still a pretty large Uber advantage here for EVL. Eric will be up in 6 seconds, so I'd like to still see them try to push here. It looks like they're trying to find an angle. They're just sort of meandering about. They're losing the Uber 30% now. And looks like AIM and Nursey coming out through this side now, pressuring them. Both the soldiers jumping out, and Froyo's just going to give it up. But we're going to see a pretty much an equally of an Uber.
Yeah, well, they do get this point for free, which is always nice. There's the off-classers are all gone here now, and we just have even Ubers, as you just mentioned. Eric's coming around the corner here to sort of have a look and see what kind of defense we have here. A little bit of spam coming out, but looks like EVL maybe getting ready to be the ones to come through here, just sort of planning the push, I guess. Maybe still getting their breath from that first mid of Avast.
Yeah, definitely. I have to say I'd be a little bit shell-shocked considering how strong that mid was from Froyo, but it's pretty much equalized. Clockwork got a little bit of damage and backed up. We're going to be seeing a second hold here. A pretty notorious second hold that we've seen before, Getawhale.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at Banny and Free State coming around that flank area, which is a really long area, but some of the top teams, they really like to kind of hold and make stuff happen on that area. I've spoken to some players. I saw the Uber forced off. It was, I don't know who forced it, but now it's, look at this. We got Nursey trying to do something with it, but just lost it. PADDIE had a real nice play there, and BOTMODE is trying to make something happen. No dice.
Yep, and we're going to be seeing a full Uber advantage pretty much from Nick. BOTMODE is going to be down for a while too. PADDIE won't be there for this push, but they really need to make sure to not get caught. Banny and Clockwork doing a good job of just forcing them out, jumping aggressively. HASSASSIN is still spamming from that shutter, but he's going to back out. They did not get a force out of Nick, so there's still going to be a 50% add for Froyo here. They're going to come through this main, and we're going to see a sort of almost a redo of that last push.
Well, yeah, they get a pop real early because they know, do EVL, that the push is coming through. They get Eric right away here. Nursey's backed up. I don't think she's going to get her over Avast, so this is DM. PADDIE comes in. She's definitely not going to get it now as he takes her down. Lots of nice picks going down. HASSASSIN got a nice pipe on the Free State. He's patrolling that last, but gets taken down by MUMA, who's still in the mix. MUMA now versus BOTMODE, trying to just pick up his last. He's going to be able to finish the cap. What a great job there by froyotech, who take the first round. How about that?
That was actually so unfortunate because MUMA had 5 HP left, 5 HP, and managed to cap that point. Eric, if BOTMODE had managed to survive maybe just a second or two longer, they would have for sure been held that because that was such a good hold from EVL.
Yeah.
But MUMA doing a good job in winning it.
That's 4 more than you need, right, Avast?
Yeah, definitely. 4 more than you need. Both teams rolling out some good spam. HASSASSIN weak very early, drops down. Banny takes that crate. froyotech taking that left side very aggressively. BOTMODE coming in for a deep bomb. PADDIE's very hurt. He's sort of distracting. He's not doing much in terms of damage. Actually, he's getting
BOTMODE came right in. He got a nice rocket on a Ninja Nick, who gets cleaned up there by AIM taking roof. Really nice focus fire and sort of coordination there by EVL Gaming. They've got to finish this off here, though. They still got to maybe try to pick out. We got Clockwork down here, is just kind of hiding. I don't know if they know. Oh boy, Clockwork is in on Nursey. Pops the Uber off. Nice save, but great job by Clockwork. Just kind of playing sneaky beaky like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a pretty Clockwork play to do. He's very confident in his aim. Yep. And he likes to make those plays, and he did it, and it was a great reaction time from Nursey. And Banny bombing very aggressively, picks up HASSASSIN actually. Banny will go down to Slimdish though, but then MUMA picks up AIM. Nursey very hurt lower. I think PADDIE should get cleaned up, but the froyotech team health is a lot better here, and they need to get out of here. Slimdish, BOTMODE, and Eric are all so hurt. Slimdish is about to die though.
Nick is hitting fat arrows. He got an assist on the kill onto AIM, and he came out on a second to try to get a sneaky surprise little play, but now we've got even Ubers here. Nick is walking his players forward here through yard, and HASSASSIN trying to shut it down a little bit, but he's going down right away. And Slemnish, as you mentioned, is down, still not back up. Both teams at about 65 here, so Oh, wow. Eric now falling as well, and Froyo really getting the better of this dry push kind of fight here. All of EVL just kind of getting out. Froyo, I think, with very much the upper hand in this match so far. A little bit better building here by EVL, though.
Yeah, but Assassin is still down, so they're lacking a lot of key spam on this, but BOTMODE and AIM doing a really good job. Nursey does have Uber and gets forced really early by PADDIE. An unfortunate, they just didn't have any eyes on PADDIE, who bombed it very aggressively, and now this Uber's been entirely gone. They do have all their spawns, but they're pretty much the EVL's goal here is to get this force onto Froyo before they push. It looks like they want to come from under. Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to do. Ninja Nick leading. They're still pushing under very aggressively. I need to see a force.
Oh, Clock got taken down there. Ninja Nick is juking around. He walks over a pipe. No big deal. He's still at about half HP. He's got his boy BANNY here who goes up high, but craters, and I don't know. Nick's still down there, but I don't know. EVL not able to kind of move in. Here's Eric going to make it try here as Nick finally pops off, and now Free State on his main class, as we mentioned. He's going to try to wreck, but has to back up a little bit. We're maybe going to see a repush back out here from EVL, who has numbers.
I think it would be a little bit, I think it was going to be unfortunate for them to do so. They had such good positioning. AIM goes down 2. They need to get this Uber. They've dropped so many players. They need to make sure that they don't lose Nursey. Nursey survives, but now their spawners aren't going to be up for another 7 seconds.
All three of them.
And Froyo does have better player advantage. If they just hold these chokes, though, it should be fine. It looks like Froyo is not going to attempt to get a force off of any sorts, which is good for EVL. And kind of risky. And actually, PADDIE's on Spy, by the way. Getawhale.
Yeah, I just saw him come up. EVL really kind of bullyish here, coming forward. Kind of smart play, I guess, going with what you said, not wanting to let Froyo get any ground. And here they come through. Nothing been popped here yet. They're going to try to force Nursey if they can. Look for PADDIE. Oh, PADDIE's in behind on that Spy cam.
Yeah,
he's been doing all right on Romer.
The back cap, maybe? No, he's going to be going for a pick.
He's going for a pick? He was doing fine on Soldier. Here he is. He's in. He's going in. He's in. And Nursey and forces the Uber still. I don't know.
I think that was sort of a hair trigger pop from Nursey. Yeah. Nursey had 120 HP, and I don't think PADDIE could have really done anything. And Nursey throwing out some random crap. So I'm assuming that they got.
He was doing great on Romer, though, wasn't he?
He
had bombed in twice
he went
and
for
had
the spy play, trying to go for. I think he just wanted to go to shake it up, try to get the force out. I mean, he got in relatively unseen. Froyo pushing this Valley very aggressively, but so much spam from EVL. Really good spam, but both of the soldiers are getting cleaned up. But Slimnish picks up 2. And I think they're still going to try to force this, though. They still have Uber. There's no scouts from Froyo right now. None.
Yeah, well, Nick is going to try to walk it. He knows that he has advantage still, but he's got to act quick here, or there might be an Uber popped back in return. Slimnish in the mix down low, and is going to get out alive. PADDIE real low as well. Ninja Nick just walking right through. They want to use that. They got Nursey. It was BANNY in behind, and I don't know, but Froyo not gonna really do anything
should get caught out here. He's stuck there. He will die. Boy. And even though Nursey's dead, they actually might have a really good. They do force Ninja Nick as well, so they're down 2. There isn't a good Uber from Froyo at all. They're all stuck on low ground. They're going to pick up Eric, but that's fine. Nursey's back up. We're going to pretty much in the equalized of Ubers. They have equal player advantage for the most part. That was a really good job from EVL, recognizing that those players were down, catching up MUMA, and then forcing Nick and getting out.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate for Froyo, who I believe they only had PADDIE down, but there's a couple encounters here, a little bit of spam back and forth through some of these doors here as, look at this, BANNY and Froyo, they're kind of in, and lots of spam. Nobody going to fall here, but I don't know, the Uber's very even here, and both teams just trying to heal up and stay alive as Froyo are hoping. I don't know, they're thinking about this last push, but they are going to kind of just back up Avast. Looking at the defense now, too.
Yeah, I mean, Froyo has they have the round advantage so far, so I would not be surprised for Froyo. It looked like they just want to sort of play kind of passively, try to bait out a push from EVL. It looks like now they've got all their players healed up. They have the Uber. BANNY is looking to try to do something here, possibly get a scout before he decides what to do, because BANNY is a very smart player.
Yep.
And Slimnish is playing sniper.
Yeah, Slim Shady doing his thing on the left side here. We got PADDIE going to come in and try to ixnay that in his little roamer spot here. He's in. He's looking for something. He's bombing in. Gets one rocket on it. Oh, and forces Nursey there with a real nice second rocket. And now a lot of ground to cover here. Doubtful that they can do anything, but let's have a look. EVL, going to try to get a pick here if they can, but they don't want to lose players or it's going to be a real easy last. There was a nice bomb in. It was BOTMODE that came in and forced Nick, and now Nick got to come back the other way. They're going to try to charge through here. I don't know. They're going to have to cycle all the way around Avast.
Yeah, and I mean, we're just gonna see an equal phase of Ubers. They do have a gun, but Eric's actually switching back to scout. Froyo pushing this right side very aggressively. Both Clockwork and Benny in, but they're about to get mulched here, Getawhale. Oh, great arrow from Ninja Nick. Free State's on the point. There's no pressure on the point. Muma's just gonna be sticking it now. He's doing so much damage. 2 picks. Clockwork's on point. I think it's gonna be a cap. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh
And
my goodness.
Real impressive there, as give credit to Free State, who not only started the cap, but finished it as well. And, you know, it's that point, that's an important area, as it turns out. We're looking at 2-0 now. We've got about 18.5 minutes left in this half. Still plenty of time, but boy, oh boy. EVL are, they're feeling it. What's going on here?
Yeah, I think Froyo's repushes are really winning them this, and like they just recognize, they did the thing that I talked about, and Muma's gonna pick up Assassin with a stick lower. Oh my goodness. This, if I was EVL, I'd just get out. I'd pick up Banny and leave.
Oh my lord. Clockwork is in as well. I don't know. They're kind of flexing their muscles now. Look at this. MUMA's in as well. Talk about passive demos, but just chasing down as they get bot mode there. Froyo are not slowing down. This is, I don't know. This is real. This is real.
Yeah, Froyo's just HASSASSIN is getting just outplayed on these middles is the best way to describe it. He was really hurt pushing. PADDIE will go down early, but then MUMA is just putting those sticks where they need to be.
Clockwork is at last. They get Nursey down, and that's crazy. As Ninja Nick now, he does have full Uber, but they're down 2 players as Clockwork just kind of sold out. Extra. Now here are the scouts, Eric and Slemnish, coming in to try to make something happen or equalize or pick something out here, Avast. This is kind of a disaster.
No,
for
they
EVL.
pick up bot mode. MUMA had a good trap watching those entrances. So I think they're just going to be setting up here, and Slimnish on heavy. Froyo is already in from the right side before bot mode's moving up. They're just crushing them here on the spawn. They have so much time with this Uber. HASSASSIN did a good job sticking point, trying to play it, and now Froyo is going to be looking to try to play point. Ninja Nick will go down. There is going to be better health on EVL now.
Yeah, I mean, they're still, look at Banny, just on that point, he's just standing on it. Slemnish gonna save it. PADDIE, meanwhile, his soldier partner is getting lots of big damage out, lots of picks. Here's Nursey with the Uber saw out. Looked like, oh, maybe he was about to get a kill there. It gets a crossbow kill, why not?
MUMA's gonna win the game.
Oh, look at this,
MUMA's gonna win the game.
Oh, Nursey
my
tries
God.
to save, unbelievable.
Oh my God. That was, first of all, a great play from MUMA to recognize that those players were hurt and they're away from the point. And I think a misplay from Nursey, actually, to go for the saw, because if Nursey just healed, I think it was, I want to say it was bot mode?
Whoever was, yeah, I'm not sure. It was kind of scrappy there. All I saw was body parts.
Yeah, so I think Nursey tried to go for a little bit of a hero play. I would prefer Nursey to try to heal the soldier, but
can we just talk about Twitch chat's going bonkers because MUMA or Mumanji is 14-1.
Yeah, and with a good
match.
with good DPM too.
Yep.
A really good DPM.
And not leading, I mean, like you said, he's not leading in heals. Obviously, that's going to be Banny, and he's just kind of doing his thing. Has been unbelievable. Kind of quietly, though, as well. I mean, he's got, I mean, maybe not quietly. He's leading the server in picks, just going insane.
You know, and I have to say, Froyo has really impressed me. You know, I put a lot of faith. I had a really strong prediction for EVL, but I think Froyo has really come prepared. I think their lineup changes. You know, they started out the season kind of shaky. You know, Getawhale, but they've had a lot of roster changes, and I think that it's really worked out for them. They've really ironed out a lot of their problems, and I think EVL is actually getting a little bit tilted. You see, if anyone is in the STV, there's a lot of, you know, I would say not so friendly banter.
Sure.
But we're seeing another mid. We've gone live here, Getawhale. And MUMA sticking lower, HASSASSIN trying to trade the sticks. And what we really need to see here is a decisive EVL mid.
Well, listen, they're trying to work on it. HASSASSIN knows backing right out. They're letting Froyo just bully here. They're going to come in, but they really need to focus fire this Froyo squad. They got a nice pick on it. PADDIE and Clockwork as well. Ninja Nick now is under duress, and he's being chased down by bot mode. Real good. I don't know. Something about the halftime pep talk. Avast. Talk about maybe tilt. Maybe it's the tilt they needed. Avast.
I think they just needed to really go. Like, I think Froyo were getting a little bit complacent with how they're playing the mids.
Here's
they were
Banny,
just being able to do whatever. Banny's still behind. He's very hurt. Very
hurt. He's still alive. He's going to be able to jump still. He's. This is kind of a this is kind of a thorn in the side here of EVL, who are getting ready to celebrate their mid, but they do get Banny here. So I'm just going to regroup.
Yeah, and Banny's going to be down now. They're down Soldier. They have a large Uber advantage, too. EVL has the time to just get healed a little bit. They have an Engineer and a Sniper, and they're actually popping very aggressively. I don't know if they got a spot beforehand. They're on MUMA. MUMA is going to get out, though. They haven't taken down the gun yet. Okay, the gun will go down. Now they need to focus on this heavy. Assassin's doing a lot of damage, but they have not gotten any picks. Banny's underneath. Banny gets cleaned up here, and they still have not killed the heavy Getawhale.
The Wrecking Crew Free State just doing it. He's the jack of all trades. He's soaking up those heals, but does go down there. Slemnish finishing him off. Eric, meanwhile, lots of frags on this left side going down, and it's only Assassin left, and with 40 HP, kind of hard to do it right now. Clock kind of sensing that. He hit tab. He's a smart dude. He's looking for Assassin.
And, you know, something that I've always been impressed by Froyo with, that a lot of teams don't really do, is that whenever they're in the last point and they're at disadvantage, they always are using their off classes. And actually, EVL here is going to be pressuring out Froyo, but BOTMODE is going to get mulched by MUMA and Clockwork. And Clockwork and PADDIE are both pressuring lower here, trying to get some picks. They're both kind of hurt, though. Froyo's coming out. Oh, Nursey goes down very early.
And it's MUMA again, who's just been a tank. It just unbelievable is backing up here. Oh, wow. Gets taken down there, unfortunately, by Slem, who was in behind. But EVL going from that real strong mid to, what do you call this?
I would say that Froyo's just sort of collect their wits, and EVL is trying to play this super aggressive, kind of throw themselves at them sort of play. And Froyo is just PADDIE letting them come in and just sort of mulch them.
Look at where PADDIE is. PADDIE is sitting there, but Assassin has no idea. Assassin walked up and just set out sticks. I don't think I don't know.
I don't think
he was maybe cleaning his keyboard.
PADDIE possibly could have gotten a pick, but he's going to get out. Aim's actually going to go down. They're going to lose Clockwork and return to Froyo. Banny very aggressively in lobby, fighting Eric. Eric needs to get out and make sure not die. Actually, EVL still wants to fight this. They don't have Uber, though, and Ninja Nick does. If they get popped on here in this lobby, it could be bad.
Okay, Slem just gets picked out. Yeah, Assassin was trying to Kobe some sticks up there and get Ninja Nick, who finally now gets popped. He's going to try to take his team in here. There are 2 down on EVL. They do have a slight number advantage here, but a couple explosions in the back corner as both Assassin and Banny went down. This is Free State, though, and real good health advantage in addition to the numbers advantage here for Froyo. They can just kind of, make this happen. But
MUMA just sticking this point. He's just sticking the point, and it's just going to be, like, once again, like, we've seen in the past, where, you know, MUMA is he's just putting sticks on point is the best way to describe it. Like, and like, I think when we were watching that 20B running with scissors game, we saw a lot of failed last pushes, and a lot of it can go down to, we just play that point. We're getting to another mid here, Getawhale.
You don't have to beat up your desk, you know, just because you used to play on this team of Avast, you need to chill.
You know, it's not so much, I mean, I'm not as invested in the team. It's more of this, I'd like to see,
Assassin again.
So
MUMA was hurt, but got healed up pretty well there by Ninja Nick. Double jump in here now, Aim and BOTMODE. Aim's been having a great game kind of quietly on the red side here, but Ninja Nick under a bit of duress. There's he kind of jumping around. I don't know, I feel like EVL's a little lost. Here is Aim in on the combo, trying to hit rockets. He does get a little bit of damage there, but nothing doing. This is still up for grabs here. This is anybody's mid.
Banny's still on mid. He's about to get cleaned up, or he should be cleaned up. And Froyo has just backed up. That damage from Aim did a really good job of forcing the combo out. Despite, they were in a bad spot, but I think EVL made the best of it with Aim trying to force out that combo while the scouts try to clean up Banny. And EVL here is going to be pushing this alley side. It looks like they're still down Banny, but Clockwork is on Sniper here, and he's gonna be looking for a pick, Getawhale.
Yeah, well, here's PADDIE kind of jumping around, I don't know, trying to come in and see if he can get someone sneakily in this hallway. Meanwhile, the rest of his team is here fighting it out at second. We have MUMA just trying to fight it out, but he's gonna back up and be that annoying kind of MUMA dude and just toss some stickies up over. Still this fight going on here at second. Here's Aim finally jumping in. Banny now looking for someone as well. Not a lot of players in position to get taken down, although Eric does fall. Both PADDIE and Banny going down there. It was Slemnish and Assassin kind of working in on that one. BOTMODE does get Clockwork. This looks good for EVL still. And maybe Froyo need to get those wits again.
Yeah, and they're down 3. EVL now, they just need, even if they have to rush it a little bit, they need to force, and they're going to pick up Free State here, so they really need to be going in here. They need to utilize this advantage, but they're just getting mulched. Oh my gosh, BOTMODE goes down. Assassin is caught out on main, but he's on booties, so he's pretty much invincible. Banny will go down, and once again, EVL I still need to see EVL do something. They're all so hurt. Clockwork going into them. Clockwork's still
Aim's just
behind.
gonna take it right on in. Look at this. Aim was real hurt, but he's gonna get Ubered out. He wants to get MUMA, who's been just such an amazing player, just has been fantastic this match so far. Nothing going to happen there as Aim maybe had last on his mind, but here's Froyo coming back the other way. They're going to come out on the second. It's a bit of a 3v3 situation here. Froyo reinforcements coming in, and EVL's got to get out, although Clockwork does go down there. Free State now on Scout to try to make something happen. We got a repush of Avast. It's EVL coming in. Bot mode.
Not a
real
wise
hurt and
repush
gets
in my
cleaned
opinion.
up. No repush now, especially losing bot mode.
Yeah, but they're still fighting it. They're fighting it so aggressively, but now PADDIE's on Nursey. Nursey dodging very well, but Banny's gonna clean up Nursey. PADDIE's gonna go down. MUMA's down. They're still fighting this point. Banny's hurt on right side. HASSASSIN's still fighting the point too. So actually, what I thought was a pretty unwise repush. They managed to sort of clean up a bit. Eric is so far forward. Why is he so far forward?
He wanted to sell out for Ninja Nick is the only thing I can figure, who's about to get his Uber here now. So froyotech will be able to act, but Aim's underneath. I don't know that they...
No, they definitely know now.
They see the rocket now, yeah. So Ninja Nick got to kind of play this safe. It's in a little bit of danger. They're going to clean up Aim finally. There are only 2 players up on EVL. They have Slemnish, who's here eventually, is going to look for a pick on Sniper.
Yeah,
they have no idea where Froyo even is.
Well, I'm assuming it would be a pretty safe bet to say that Froyo is going to be pushing very soon. So Slemnish needs to be looking for these various entrances. And I just think it's been sloppy play from EVL. And Froyo, especially MUMA and Banny and such, have been playing exceptionally well. Yep. Playing so tight. EVL not playing as tight as I would like. HASSASSIN on loose cannon actually putting up a lot of damage. A really great choke denier. Ninja Nick is still milking right now, Getawhale. He's 50 HP. They just need some good spam or a good bomb to force him, but they're not going to get it. Ninja Nick doing excellent dodging. They're still fighting this point here, but they have to be careful because Froyo could pop on them very aggressively.
Playing it dangerously here, I say it. I mean, it's become almost a cliche with Ninja Nick, but he does play real aggressive and a little dangerous at times. They're going to cycle around this right side here. If there are sticks, well, I haven't had a look, but he seems fine. He's going to try to take this. There is such thing as holding an Uber too long, Avast.
There is, but in that particular case,
I think they'll be fine here now.
I think that Ninja Nick was sort of justified because the position of EVL wasn't too great to immediately take a pop into.
Right.
So, you know, I think Ninja Nick played it well. Good force. Maybe they could have been more aggressive with that Uber. It looks like just me having a spam game here on the right side. BOTMODE getting out. Eric a little bit tagged, and Clockwork and Slimnish both on Sniper.
Offensive Sniper, yeah.
And
Clock making his way in.
Yeah, absolutely, and a pick here is going to mean that some team is likely going to start moving. Clockwork just coming up real far. He's got 2 players here protecting that shot. Once that first shot rings out, you want it to be a kill. On the Clockwork cam here looking, there's a stick at his foot, but he doesn't carry. Oh, okay, he's going to back up a little bit. He's been spotted out. And, oh, look at this. EVL are kind of trying to pinch around this corner here and get in behind froyotech. This could be bad for EVL, though, as in a corner there, they get the Uber popped here from Nursey, who's going to try to make something happen. PADDIE went down in that exchange, as did HASSASSIN. And, I don't know, Free State chasing down Aim here a little bit. This is kind of sloppy still. Both sides kind of just bleeding players. To no avail.
Yeah, definitely. Clockwork will go down, PADDIE's down, but now we have a full Uber advantage for Froyo. And EVL is down a player. They're going to all be streaming through this main point. Some decent damage, actually. The Uber not doing great, but Froyo, look, they're just sitting on the point. They have to fight the point now. They've gotten so much cap time, but they are going to get the pick. MUMA's dead, so they don't have a demo man to really pressure that point hard. And I'd like to see EVL repush because they sort of have to. MUMA and Free State are both dead. HASSASSIN is alive. And Froyo's just sort of spamming. MUMA's going to be up soon with Free State, so they need to be aggressive here. PADDIE and Clockwork actually look like they want to be going through this flank side. PADDIE's going to pick up Aim. He's going to last. Oh, this could be bad. This could be very bad.
He's lots of health down. Slemnish gets him, and meanwhile, actually, Clockwork going down at second point as well. Not great there. You would have hoped, if you're a Froyo fan or player, for that matter, you would have hoped that Uber could have done something. Now, Nursey has hers. By the way, MUMA, a little update, still 333 DPM, still doing his thing. Just kind of getting ready here, setting up some sticks, waiting for this push out of EVL, but looks to me like Nick will have his in time.
Yeah,
Maybe.
And, you know, it sort of just plays into the fact that, you know, we said look out for those explosive classes, and MUMA is having a really, a hell of a game. A hell of a game.
In forward, too, by
and
the way.
Clockwork is also sniping, yeah. No, it's fine. I mean, that's a good play. That's a good observation, but I don't think his angle is very great because he's just trying to watch the lobby side. Maybe he might actually try to pick Assassin if he peeks too aggressively, but he won't have any vision of lower or flank side. So it's we're just waiting here for
There's
a push from
PADDIE.
EVL.
PADDIE came all the way in, couldn't find anything, and so that's an unsuccessful bomb out of froyotech, unfortunately. Look, possibly here, I don't know, it's a big area, but here comes AIM with the counter bomb in. Now, all of EVL looking to come in, and AIM just barely gets saved there by his medic, Nursey, and this is just real ugly for EVL, and they are getting the hell out of there. Such a wide open area as BOTMODE trying to clean something up there. They get Nursey and BOTMODE. Oh boy, Avast. Still fighting this out though. They do get Slemnish, who was in behind. Eric is going to try to maybe sell out for the medic here a little bit. He's in behind Avast. Thoughts?
I don't think anything is really gonna come of it.
Nope.
Eric's gonna get cleaned up pretty soon. Yeah, it goes down to Clockwork. So we're still seeing a Froyo repush. Slimnish is going to be coming up now. And, you know, we really need EVL to make something happen here. They're down an Uber advantage. They're down 4 rounds in this half. And it looks like Bobo's going to go down, though.
Yeah, look, 18 minutes left here for EVL to do something, and it looks it's difficult. They've got to climb that mountain. We're looking now at PADDIE, who's kind of leading his team in here as they're trying to make something happen. I don't know. This is maybe, wow, yeah, they're going to pop here onto PADDIE and flash a little bit. I don't know about that pop here. Nobody to kill with that Uber.
Well,
Assassin
they killed Nursey, though, and Assassin,
almost
so I
everyone
think that's more than enough picks for
but
this
guess
Uber.
what? They don't even own middle.
They don't. That's right. They don't own middle. Have they been?
They forgot something.
Were they backcapped, or did they just? I actually did not see. Did they backcap, or did they just decide to chase really hard to get those frags?
Well, they were chasing. I mean, it was PADDIE that was leading the way, and I was looking and saying something's weird here, expecting that there would be a scout in behind, but I guess there's such thing as getting too aggressive, Avast.
Yeah, and actually, they're still trying to fight for this board. Eric's gonna go down. MUMA might go down. MUMA does go down trying to hold this, which is actually not a terrible trade because now they're out, but Banny's still over there. And looks like EVL's going to back up now. It was a really good spawn camp. So we're still fighting the second point. Assassin is getting decent damage, but they have to be careful.
Clockwork is WM1. He does not get any picks, though, but that's a dangerous
Engineer is going to pick up Assassin, though, Getawhale. He's going to pick up an arrow, and Aim's going to go down.
too, who's been maybe the strongest player on this EVL team. Either him, maybe, or Assassin, but Froyo are waiting. Are they waiting to just get Uber here? They're waiting to get it.
Yeah, they're definitely going to. I mean, they're playing it safe.
Respawns will be up.
They're playing it smart. It's going to be equal Uber versus equal Uber. And PADDIE, once again, so aggressive. He gets the force. There's been no accountability or watching PADDIE's bombs get away. Like, we've seen it time and time again where he's just coming in force Nursey on this last.
Clockwork is here. He finishes off BOTMODE here, and Froyo trying to make this happen. They had such a good start. AIM got blasted there by a little air shot, looked like. Clockwork trying to clean him up, but has to back up. They're not looking good, these Froyo boys, because they have to get out of here. 3 players left up, and they just lost Nick. Clock, I don't know. He's hoping that a medical just dance in front of his eyes.
Yeah, and we're still fighting here. MUMA's going to go down. Free State is fighting. Free State's actually pick up BOTMODE. Really good shots. EVL's trying to push, but they're down 2. Even though Ninja Nick is not there and they have better health, I would suggest against it unless they rotate very soon. But all Froyo is going to be there to fight now. So now they're going to be here trying to have a spam battle. And Clockwork and Free State are both in Valley, but they don't have very good health. Clockwork's waiting for a pack. PADDIE's going to go down. Free State's going to go down. And Banny's bombing very aggressively. They need to kill Banny very fast. Oh, they will get a force, though.
So now, I mean, I don't know. Froyo a little bit here, you know, did they over-flex the muscles? Maybe they're going to have this big Uber advantage here on EVL, but they've kind of been running up against the wall here lately. Clock is waiting. Clock is there waiting to surprise someone. Clock comes around the corner here. Nothing doing. But what's going on? I mean, does Froyo need to just kind of chill here? I think the time is on their favor here. There's only 15 minutes left.
The time is definitely on their favor, so they can sort of afford to have some missteps. And actually, Eric's going to go down, but they did pick up Banny. Free State is just all the way out here. If Assassin had watched that trap, he would have gotten MUMA. So unfortunate. MUMA might go down, though. Slimnish picks up MUMA. Slimnish is still fighting, and he gets the force. Great play from Slimnish. And now EVL should be coming back in this mid. They need to be a lot faster here. There's no one up from Froyo. They need to be out here onto this mid. And they need to be moving to second, too. MUMA and Free State won't be up for another 2 seconds, so they won't have a demo. They have full Uber advantage. Clockwork is very hurt lower. He's getting chased all the way out. EVL's coming in. PADDIE is going to be on them. No force, though.
Well, look at this. I mean, EVL now are sitting on this advantage, and I don't know. They're kind of maybe looking to surprise here. They get their second wind on this Froyo team. A real lot of danger there as both MUMA and Banny down now, and it's going to be real tough to defend this last without those players. It's going to be around here, possibly for EVL. BOTMODE jumping in.
taken down real quick by Free State here, who gets blasted, and PADDIE's going to kind of try and save the point, but it's not going to... Oh, he finally gets taken down there by AIM.
Yeah, and I think Froyo just got a little bit too... They were feeling...
Ahead of themselves.
They were feeling ahead of themselves.
Complacent.
They're feeling confident, and they got a little bit overzealous and fed would be the term.
I'm looking for my thesaurus here.
Thesaurus. Feeding's in there. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure feeding's in there.
It's under the TF2 section.
And we'll be getting to another mid. Assassin, MUMA. Once again, trading damage. And MUMA, if you notice, MUMA is so confident. He just pushes Assassin, then drops down. Slimnish is very hurt. Banny's on high ground. I don't know if they... Okay, they do know he's there. They're sort of scattered on EVL right now. They need to get a pick soon. They need to take a side very aggressively. MUMA sort of has free range.
Banny's
on them.
Gets one rocket on a Nursey who's down real low, 20 HP, and she has no choice but to come grab the medium pack. She, meanwhile, lost 3 of her teammates, and so we'll call this a mid for froyotech here is, oh, they're going to get pinched by Clockwork is in, he's in on the medic, Nursey, he hits several shots here, Nursey's still juking around, she got her Uber and popped off here, but call that a successful...
So actually, that's not the worst trade in the world, though, because both PADDIE and Clockwork are down.
Yeah.
So EVL definitely has the chance to fight them here. Ninja Nick does have Uber. Nursey actually hits a good arrow on Ninja Nick, but Assassin goes down to a trap for MUMA. So I would call that off if I was EVL.
Call it off. Red flag, yellow flag. I don't know what that means, but Ninja Nick is... I don't know what the flag for call it off is. AIM gets caught in lobby. Flag. He's been doing crazy DPM. We'll have a look when this game is over at the stats, but getting blasted is Eric up in the sky, and we've swapped it around here as nobody left up on EVL here to defend. Nursey is running free. She's going to get taken down there, and the froyotech boys, they've got to finish this second cap though here. Assassin taken down as well. This looks elementary for Froyo as AIM comes in to try to save. We got GG's as Froyotech. That's definitely GG. It's a 5-1, not a 5-0 as many in chat were trying to predict.
So, I mean,
it was like a 5-0.
It was a relatively back and forth game, but what we saw there was I was very wrong. Getawhale, my prediction was not at all correct. And Froyo, especially MUMA in particular, and PADDIE as well, just all of Froyo, but MUMA and PADDIE played extremely well that game. They played extremely well, and you know something that I would personally think was actually a big factor. I said that it's all about team play, but I think Assassin had a very had a tough game this game. He did not have the greatest game.
In what sense?
14 and 21, and 244 DPM, which is not great compared to MUMA, which is 337 DPM with only 9 deaths and 25 frags. So a pretty crazy game, but and then Banny as well doing 350 DPM with 2022. So they just had a really good game on Froyo, and they just sort of dominated them. They played confident, and they really caught out EVL in a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean, as I alluded to, AIM had a really big game on EVL on the other side. He was over 10k damage, 331 DPM in a losing effort, a very losing effort, unfortunately. But, you know, the stars of the game aren't always the ones that, you know, you can pick out from the stats. As you alluded to, PADDIE had a fantastic game, and it's kind of the Romer story, isn't it? You're never first in stats. You know, you never get the love, but he was doing it tonight. I mean, especially at the start of the game, he was just almost flawless with his bombs and his forces and whatnot. So I want to give love to that as well. He certainly outshone BOTMODE by quite a bit, in my opinion, who I think also had kind of a rough game. I didn't see much from him.
They just got shot down a lot, and I think that Froyo played so tight. You could tell with their pushes and how they're playing that they focused on the players. They had a really good job of distracting EVL and then re-pushing with their combo. Overall, just tighter play and just a really good game from a lot of the froyotech players.
Yeah, absolutely. So now this has sort of changed things as froyotech are kind of putting out, putting out the call, letting people know that they're for real. 10-1 now, their record, the first team to 10 wins. EVL Gaming, they fall to 9-3 with this loss, unfortunately. Still doing fantastic in the standings, absolutely. But, you know, you start to get a bit of a preview of what we can expect from playoffs, don't you?
Yeah, I would say so. I think if Froyo continues to play, now they've stabilized their roster, and they've really tried to find something that best suits for them. I think they've hit their stride a lot, and I know Banny is not content after last season, how his team sort of exploded upon itself.
Yeah,
and he wants that, or imploded, I guess. and he wants those wins. And I think this is his current roster is a team filled with people that like it too. I wouldn't count EVL out. I mean, they're still like sitting comfortably at third, wouldn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, EVL are in third. froyotech, I made an error actually. Ronin were the first team to 10 wins. But do you know what, Avast? We could talk about standings all day, but guess what? We've got bonus TF2 for you guys. You don't want to go anywhere because the Grime versus Running with Scissors just went live. Now, we're going to take just about a 1 or 2 minute break here while we switch over servers and whatnot, but don't go anywhere because we've got some midweek madness here.
Don't you dare leave.
Yeah,
don't
we're continuing.
You dare.
3 games in one night. So, yeah, stick around, guys. We'll be right back with some bonus games. Don't go anywhere.